Hi, this is Megan with Goddess Elite. I am bringing you a review, another late night review. You can talk because my hair's all messed up and I've had a long day. But I cannot wait to do the review of this deck. I know I always go on about decks, and every deck is good. Every deck is different, and every deck has a different feeling, and every deck has decks. This one is set apart just a little bit from some of the ones that I usually do reviews of. This one is a combination working deck, but it's also a deck that is both a working deck and a delightful little venture into one of our greatest American authors of the day. Anyway, you guys are going to love this deck. This is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Yeah, they finally came out with an Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Um, I've only owned it a short while, and in the time that I've had it going through it, I can tell you there's anybody who is a fan of Poe is going to love this deck, even if you don't read. You're going to love this deck, even if you don't read, because it comes with this wonderful little gem of a book called the Edgar Allan Poe Companion. It's a companion to every single card in the deck is named in here. So it contains excerpts from poetry. It contains lines from stories, references for every single card in the deck, not just the major arcana. This is really for the Poe lover on your list. If you're looking to buy something that would make a wonderful gift for somebody who loves Edgar Allan Poe or anything dark, can't wait till they come out with a Lovecraft one. Okay, you guys, if you see this review, Lovecraft is next. Edgar Allan Poe. Wonderful proponent of gothic fiction and horror fiction and poetry. Gonna bring you the cards right away. There are cards in here that I will tell you because I know off the bat what they're referencing from. I've gone through the book and I've seen a few of the ones that are in here. But anyway, his most famous poem is probably The Raven. You will find a lot of ravens in this deck. The back of the deck is ravens and eyeballs. It has to be. I mean, it just has to be. Okay. We're going to go through the major arcana real fast, and we're going to get you the Fool first. Kind of like from the Red Death. I think it's from the Cask of Amontillado. I think it's the Cask of Amontillado. The Fool running off, not even suspecting that he's going to be, put away in a wall. But anyway, that's a great card. There's a lot of great stories in these cards. The Magician, and here we have again the Crow or the Raven of Edgar Allan Poe in the Magician card. High Priestess card. I want to say Lenore, but I don't think it's Lenore. You guys will understand references to Lenore. I think this is Lenore, possibly. Would be the Empress. And the Emperor himself, Edgar Allan Poe, as the Emperor. There's one great poem he does about this mummy in the desert. I can't remember it. It's a short story. But there he is. Let me pull it back and see if we can't read it. It's the Hierophant. It's kind of hard to read. The camera's not focusing on these two. Well, it tells you there's a lot going on with them, right? We have the Raven again. in The Lovers, and Lenore was a poem that Edgar had written to this love of his life, and I believe that's Lenore and the Raven that separates them. It's really a beautiful card. The Chariot, I'm going to have to read the section on the Chariot. There's not a lot of references to the Chariot. There's certainly a little bit of symbolism, but I want to read the card on that one. The Lion and the Woman. Strength. This one's interesting. This is the Hermit. Instead of the Hermit with the lantern, you know, we see this man on a beach. And there's going to be a story reference for this card too. And he's holding a shell, and you can see the light coming out from where he's holding it. In his solitude, he kind of discovers this light, which is true. There we go. We have the scarab. Crows all around it. An image of the wheel. We have Justice. It's going to be another story reference. This one, I saw this card, makes total sense to me. Any of you who like Poe will get this. Do I have to say it? The Pit and the Pendulum. Probably one of his most famous short stories. The Pit and the Pendulum. Great card. Death, I think, is again Lenore. Possibly. And so many different ones. Temperance. This is one of his lighter works, I believe. It's a poem that they're referencing in that. The Devil. You guys remember the Cask of Amontillado? The Cask of Amontillado is where that person gets walled up behind this wall and dies in this wall. So this would be either, it could be one of the two. It could be the Cask of Amontillado, or it could be the fall of the House of Usher. It's one of the two. I'm suspecting it's probably the fall of the House of Usher, looking at this now, because it's definitely a she. And of course, you know, in the fall of the House of Usher, she goes completely mad because she's buried alive down in the tombs. So I think that this is from the fall of the House of Usher. And here is another fall of the House of Usher reference in the Tower, I think. The Moon. No, not the Moon. That's not the Moon. Sorry, that's the Star. Here's the Moon. And then we have the Sun. Sunflowers. He writes about this. He has this poem. It's called The Maelstrom. And this is from the poem The Maelstrom. And then we have Strength. Not Strength, the World. That's the last card of the Major Arcana. Now we're going to take a real quick tour of highlights of the Minor Arcana for you. And as I said, there are references to every major work and minor work that he's done. Lots of research, lots of work done in the book. And it would be a joy just to sit down, look at every single card, read the reference in the book, and go back and forth. It's just a wonderful thing. I own one of those complete Edgar Allan Poe, works of books, and have read that a couple of times when I was younger. Yes, I was younger. Don't say it. So we have the Ace of Wands. And we have, let's see, 2 of Wands. Here's that reference to that maelstrom again. This is great. The Three of Wands. I love this. Talk about too many spoons in the pot. Stirring that thing up. Gonna try to give you just the highlights of them, because there's so many good cards here. Another Mask of the Red Death kind of card. Another Raven. A couple more references to the mail. Oh, Murders in the Rue Morgue. How does that hit you? Murders in the Rue Morgue. The Knight of Wands. Definitely kind of along that energy, huh? This is a great Wands reference for the King of Wands. This is a great one. Look at that. Wands is fire. That's the associated element. Whoa, they cover that really well. The Ace of Cups is sweet. It's a real nice card. Like I said, I want to get you the highlights of some of the cards in this deck, so we're going to skip ahead just a little bit. Oh, this is a great one. Poe lover, is that there? Okay. A couple more references. Oh, here it is. So I started going through this deck, and I was thinking to myself, okay, well, there's only one card that's missing, one story that I haven't seen yet, and I'm flipping through the cards, and I think, okay, well, where would they have put the Telltale Heart? Only one card that can be the Telltale Heart. The Three of Swords. Isn't that great? Oh my god! The Three of Swords as the Telltale Heart. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. What a great... I mean, look at that. I love it. Rest is also a really great card. The imagery, I think that's probably the Fall of the House of Usher again. Lots of Maelstrom kind of cards, and oh my. So there's a couple cards where it references Egypt. There's another one. The Ace of Wheels, the Ace of Pentacles, is that wonderful scarab that he writes about. And, anyway, running down the gambit here. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this is a great card. 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. The end of wrapping up a... It's a darker deck. I mean, it's a dark deck, but it's not. It's Edgar Allan Poe. You know, he's got dark fiction, macabre fiction. I'd say macabre. Not dark, like H.P. Lovecraft is dark. Edgar Allan Poe is more macabre. Well, there you have it, guys. It is the wonderful pairing of these two things in a wonderful deck. So I hope that I've given you a little bit of insight into this new deck, the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. The companion book is priceless. They should be selling this on the shelf even without the deck. It's really well done. For you who like to read, Halloween. You pull this deck out when we start getting towards fall. It's going to be really, really sweet. So, want to thank you for tuning in for another session, deck review, with Megan McDade. I'm real excited I could bring you this Edgar Allan Poe deck. We have copies in the store now. Should Melissa will get on that right away because this is going to fly out. This is a wonderful gem of a deck. Thanks so much, and we'll see you around the tarot stacks. Bye-bye.